Alright. So, down in the bottom left hand corner, it is gonna be Rovert in the red trunks. Up in the top right, in the blue trunks, it is gonna be Visixfan. Visixfan actually going for the house first, so it probably will be a wolf build out of him. That's what we have been seeing out of him in the few times I have watched him play recently. Whereas Rovert's actually going to go for the fast expand. It's a little bit interesting. So, well, it's a nice first map out of the best of 3 is probably a safe time to do that. If you're going to go for a little bit more economic, then it's safe enough to do it right now. So obviously he's going to have to send out that 40-second scout, which is on its way. And depending on what he sees, he will have to throw down the tower to defend. This is a little bit easier to defend against the barracks units, because as much as they can build them up a bit and then burst through, you don't have the sudden problem of they just run straight past your tower and start wrecking your base. So barracks first transition is going to allow Visixfan at about 2.5 minutes to grab his expansion. Rovert's just going to be a little bit annoying. Visixfan's just going to finish that up and then back the worker away. Visixfan now is... There we go. Pop. Sees the 6 expand. He'll be very happy. There's not really anything else for him to scout right now, but there we go, he backs out. And what is going to be the first unit? It's going to be Rifleman first out of Visixfan. So, not a hugely important thing, but does tend to give you a little bit of indication of what possibly they're thinking of going later. So it may just be a mass Rifleman strat out of Visixfan here. We shall see. I wouldn't be surprised. Mass Rifleman, especially with upgrades, is pretty good. Obviously it's not an end game composition, but mid game it's fairly strong. And there we go, Rovert throws down the tower. He's going to try and secure his base up. I disagree possibly about the placement here. It's not really much of a wall off yet. Like, it doesn't really gain much sort of defended surface area than somewhere like here. So, not quite sure I agree with that just yet, but maybe he knows better than I do. Visixfan, there we go, at about 2:30, 3 minutes, is going to pop down this expansion. Boop, here we go. No, you're going to do the boop. There we go, there's the boop. And Rovert, clearly watching the last game, just checking for that cheeky expansion, which isn't happening. First Rifleman's out. Oh, sorry, I missed the first Rifleman. My apologies, everybody. So the second Rifleman, in fact, is going to join the first, and he will spot that it's tower down here. And he'll be trying to work out what his opponent's doing behind it. So again, normally it's going to be barracks units as opposed to wolves here. Like you wouldn't normally go wolves unless you go it like straight off the bat. And he is building the house, so it's probably just going to be a barracks unit upgrade timing, as opposed to any Dragon's Nest shenanigans. But we'll see. Rovert, what are you doing with this sneaky little worker on the side? Visixfan's just going to start saturating his second base pretty soon. He is about 3 workers behind for his opening, but that's alright, it's not too bad. He's just grabbing a whole bunch of soldiers now, because if he can get himself sort of 3 or 4, he can push in and start to do some damage. You don't really want to dive the main base. Ooh, sorry. Ooh, that was quite odd. I just went very light-headed. I don't know what that was about, but I'm okay. Caster is alive, and we'll keep going. So there we go. Rovert throws down the forge, and it is going to be Rack's forge. Rack's out of him. Visixfan's going to take a little while to get all the soldiers that he needs to really contest this entrance. And he's also going to be going for the Rack's forge. Rack. So, not too dissimilar build out of the two players just yet. Rovert, what are you planning? Still hiding down here? I'm not sure, maybe he wanted to go for something and it's not worked out for him, but oh, that's nice. Visixfan's going to find him a little position to scout and harass this forge. So that's a nice pickup for him. He's going to semi-see what his opponent's going for. Again, I really wish that upgrading forges kind of gave you a hint of what's getting upgraded in them, but it's not going to happen just yet. That's not going to happen. Which is a shame. I really like players to be able to spot that. There we go. Rovert's actually possibly going to lose that unless he's careful. He's actually going to have to spend a fair amount of money keeping that repaired, while Visixfan is a little bit annoying. Visixfan might actually pick up a rifleman here. Oh, not quite. But he does have the 3 soldiers, and here we go. He is going to try and push in on this tower. There is a rifleman here to defend it, and Rovert's actually got pretty small surface area on that. So I don't think the tower's going to go down for now. I'd be very surprised. Visixfan's trying to make it work, though. The workers get pulled off the line. The first soldier's going to get picked off, and the second soldier gets surrounded. You might do it! No, the repairs are going to come in now, surely. And there we go. Visixfan's going to back off. This tower's going to get repaired, but it was a nice try. He's going to go back to harassing this. Rovert's still just dancing around here, maybe looking for the cheeky third base expand. It's easier to keep it out there than try and sneak it past what Visixfan's doing. Visixfan's getting the +1 attack upgrade now, but he is saving up a lot of gold. He's going to sink that now into a pair of barracks, and will go for this 3 barracks play. Rovert's going to manage to push this away for the moment, and he did actually grab a second forge. I didn't actually spot that, but it is going to be +1/+1 coming out of him pretty soon. And other than that +1, these are going to be pretty much identical builds for the moment. 1 extra barracks versus 1 extra upgrade. So, still pretty close. It's going to come down to control, really, who can take an advantage in this game. But +1 attack is going to finish up for both players in just a second. Rovert still hanging around, not really sure what his plan is down there, but he keeps moving it, so he is aware it's there. Alright, so +1 attack's done for both players. In fact, this is remarkably identical so far. Tiny little deviations starting to come out now, and it's going to be pretty much a pure rifleman strat here from Rovert. As Visixfan, you can see, who's producing a soldier? Oh, it is going to be Rovert actually producing a soldier. So he's going for the mixed build, +1/+1 with a mix of units. Visixfan actually going for the pure rifleman, which we did mention was probably going to be the case earlier. Okay, he's just keeping it out to scout, just checking there's no third base or anything. And +1/+1's going to finish up now for Rovert, which is nice. He does have an opportunity here where he does have an advantage. But both players playing pretty passively. They're just trying to macro up and see how far they can push this. Visixfan actually now being the first one to step out on the map. He's actually going to sneak around the top hand side here rather than trying to go through the middle where he might be scouted. And possibly going to go look to deny a third base, which he would expect to come down not too long from now, but that money is instead in forges. Now this is something that we have actually seen players, oh no, he's actually going to go straight in the middle. This is something we've seen players, especially some of the more vocal players, discuss a little bit in various places. That the idea of tech just being so much more powerful than the expansion, which to an extent I do actually agree with. Two base plays do seem to be really strong compared to trying to get a third. So maybe we just need to see the expansion cost reduced a bunch. Maybe down to about 250 and it'll work out like that. So Rovert actually is in a nice position. He's got +1/+1 versus nothing. The next set of attack upgrades are going to finish for both players really shortly here. Oh, Visixfan looking to deny it. He might actually get it. No, Rovert's going to actually come in and try and engage. Visixfan actually with a few units stuck at the back here. Now they're going to engage fully here. Visixfan being forced to retreat back by these soldiers. He's losing so many units to this +2 attack. To the +1 armor. And there we go. Visixfan is trying to retreat. He's going to get caught on the trees. And that was not the engagement that Visixfan was looking for. He was looking to try and do a bunch of damage, or at least deny a third, and instead he just got slapped about a bit. Forge now sitting idle while it waits for the next upgrade, and that's going to be pretty vital. He does have the 4 barracks, but the 3 barracks and the double forge is probably going to work out better for Rovert. It is going to be, so it's +1 armor effectively advantage right now. Oh, and +2 armor kicks in actually just as this fight comes into play. Rovert's actually, even with the unit advantage, he's going to lose a few heroes back through the trees. But he really should try and group up and take this, because +2 armor is no laughing matter. He's essentially just going to have a free +2 attack versus his opponent, which is 33% extra damage. Like, a third extra damage is ridiculous. That's so much. Visixfan's just trying to macro his way out of this, and he might be able to. But both players getting prepped to fight in the middle here. And Rovert possibly going to lose a soldier in the back here before he turns around and engages. Here we go, Visixfan's going to try and engage. He does actually have a fairly large force in the middle here. But this +2 armor is just going to mean these riflemen take forever to die. Low health units are getting focus fired down. But I think this is going to be it. Rovert's going to take this main fight and he's going to be able to push this advantage all the way home. Visixfan's reinforcements are on the way, but they're going to hightail it out of there. They do not want to be in this fight. Rovert taking a third base behind this, and very rightly so. Rovert actually choosing to back off. I think he's just waiting for his next attack upgrade to kick in. And this choice to go double forge is working out absolutely wonderfully for him. That little extra upgrade lead is turning the tables on his opponent. So you can see Visixfan's actually pumping out a lot of units to try and hold this. But the extra attack upgrade is done now. So Rovert could find himself a nice opportunity to fight. But he isn't going to go for it. Visixfan actually with a nice choice of concave here. It means he easily sort of targets anything coming up from trying to attack his third base, and he can easily swing round to take anything to the top. Anything that comes to the trees is going to be so scattered that he can just take it out as it comes in here. Visixfan is going to go for an odd choice at third. He's going to try and take it up the top, I think probably just to hide its location, but this third is a lot safer. Rovert just massing up some units, possibly going to move out once this next upgrade finishes. There we go. So he's going to move out as the +3 armor kicks in, and that's going to be kind of brutal. He's going to be +3/+3 versus +2/+1, and a 3 upgrade lead. That's not friendly, not at all. What's the unit count? It is actually going to be dead even here. So obviously in a dead even fight, when you're that many upgrades behind, it's not going to be pretty, and it's very much going to go in Rovert's favour if he handles himself well. Even worse now, Visixfan's actually going to lose a few units at the front of this fight here. There we go, Rovert picks up another one, focus fires another unit down. This one's going to go down. Rovert actually with some great focus fires, starting to pick up all these low health units, not spreading his fire around at all. Visixfan steps forward to try and pick off some of the units, but none of them are really taking any damage. He's dropping down to 6 riflemen versus 20, and this is going to be it. This is going to have to be GG from Visixfan in game 1 here. Absolutely stunning. He's going to go and... no, he's not going to take the third base. He knows there's nothing there that he wants. He's going to go for the heart. He's going to go for the natural base. This barracks is going to fall here at the natural. Visixfan says GG, and Rovert takes game 1. So Visixfan's just asking for a quick minute to collect himself, so we will give him that. Alright, so let's just add that. Red Trunks Rovert does take game 1. Alright, we should be streaming next one pretty soon. Looks like the Twitch stream was most excited for the match with Jibs in it. Yeah, slightly less viewers right now. And there's going to be Secret Garden apparently for the next game. So, quite the macro map this one. Actually, where's Snaz? So we can put a quick timer. So we're just waiting for the so we will start in just a second as soon as the players are ready. Alright. I have to look into getting us sponsored by Muller Yogurt because it is a little bit delicious and I do fancy getting a lot of that for free. But sadly, no big company sponsoring us yet. A little bit of a shame, but not really big enough. Alright, so we'll probably have one more set after this, which is going to be Icy versus the winner. Alright. We're going to start up in the top left hand corner in the red trunks. It's gonna be Rovert. Down in the bottom right in the blue trunks, the man himself, it's gonna be Visixfan. Visixfan looking to go for the 6 expand. Both players are here, so no one planning to do any cheesy rush shenanigans just yet. So it's going to be a little bit more of a passive game, sadly. I do love me some wolf rushes. They are good fun to watch. Well, at least for me anyway. I don't know about you guys. So, what we'll probably see out of Visixfan's a similar build again. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for this upgraded rifleman timing. And Rovert's already shown his affinity for heavy upgrades going for the double forge. So maybe we'll see the same again, or maybe it's going to mix it up a bit. Maybe we'll see something entirely different out of him. We have seen players just completely drop into a different style in the second or third game to psych out their opponent. And Visixfan is just going to back off, doesn't want to really poke faces with that red worker. Just going to scout each other, see it's exactly the same build for now. And, Visixfan, what are you doing? Saving up gold, and it is going to be a dragon rush. There we go. I knew someone would make me look like I knew what I was talking about. Visixfan is going to try and mix stuff a bit, see if he can throw his opponent off. I don't think Rovert's going to go into spot this just yet. Maybe. He is heading that way. Come on, Rovert. You're going to do it. You're going to go spot the dragons. Fortunately, he is going house run forge first, so he should be able to hold on. There we go, he is going to spot it now, he's going to come in. Oh, there we go. Just spot it, but it's already halfway done. So, he does have some warning, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He's going to try and harass this worker a little bit, but that's not really what you need. You're going to need something a little bit stronger than that, Rovert, because dragons are no small thing. He may just pop down towers quickly here, if he's listening to... No? Maybe? How are you going to do it? He does of course have a couple of minutes just while the sort of dragons, while the fort finishes, dragon nest finishes, and of course avenge the dragons. But Rovert says no. He says, I can get out enough stuff in time, but you don't scare me. And he is going to pop down the barracks. I disagree. I think he should be absolutely terrified. But there we go. So Rovert's just going to get in. He will see the dragon's nest here. Is he going to see it? Is he going to see it? Come on. There we go. Sees it halfway done. And he will spot the second one as well. So he does know exactly what's coming, but whoa. He's going for a forge? A little bit late for your forge there, Rovert. Unless you're incredibly confident that you can hold this. You're getting a little bit better off for the barracks there. You don't want to throw away that one game lead. Both the dragon nests are nearly done. So there will be a dragon stampeding across the map in not too long. Rovert at least is gonna grab Rifleman. Oh no, he did actually cancel the forge. So I think he had a brief moment of, oh, that's not gonna come fast enough, and throws down the barracks instead. He's gonna start to get Rifleman out, but there's gonna be two dragons coming out of Visixfan, and when they hit, you're gonna want more than the odd one or two riflemen. You really are, especially if they split push. If you have one dragon comes in here, second one swings around this side, that's gonna be an absolute nightmare. He does slow down another barrack, so he's gonna be going up to 3. So he might hold on here, but Visixfan will pin him back, and that'll allow him to just transition to something else. Second dragon is a little bit delayed there, so possibly not the most refined build in the world. But Rovert says, alright, I'm done. I'm fully prepared. I'm going to be grabbing a forge now. Oh, no, he does grab a tower for his main base. But he would like to play interrupted if you wouldn't mind. And he's going to try and continue on with his build. The first dragon's out and the second dragon's halfway done. One dragon on its own isn't going to do a huge amount, but the second dragon isn't too far behind. And I'm assuming there's going to be, there we go, yet more dragons to follow this up. There's going to be about 5 or 6 riflemen when this hits. So he might be able to hold it. I'm not sure. I've not actually tested how many you need versus dragons. But this first dragon is just going to go skipping around the left hand side where the rifleman can't get him. And it's going to dive straight into the main base. There is a tower there though. So... oh, it is going to back off. Nope, going to meet the tower and be very unhappy about all of that. But he is going. Visixfan's going to go up to a fair amount of dragons pretty quickly. And then he will actually have the opportunity to harass. This might actually work out for Rovert. Visixfan actually not managing to hit with enough dragons early enough. Well, they would have hit early enough, but not with enough at once. But obviously the threat of a backstab is always there. You don't want to leave your base too hastily when there are dragons out on the map. It's going to be second forge out of Rovert. So clearly his style here, this sort of 3 racks double forge. And it's going to be a lot of upgraded riflemen on the way. That's probably what put a thorn in Visixfan's side. It looks like he did get supply blocked, but he is going to invest pretty heavily into this. He's getting double upgrades himself. I'm not quite sure this is going to work out that well for him. Dragon upgrades are nice and all, but you need something with them, because just raw dragons, upgrades or not, do not do that well against riflemen. Well, we seem to be having people prove me wrong a lot today in terms of dragons versus riflemen, but we shall see. It is just 3 dragons though, and these riflemen are going to march out into the middle of the map though. There's 12 riflemen to meet them. Now, Visixfan is going to back off, but he needs a plan. He has this fort to hold on with, but Rovert could quite easily go pick up a bunch of workers, and even just sort of 5 or 6 workers, which wouldn't take long, would be quite a boon in his favour. There's 5 dragons now, so they're going to try and see what they can do. The riflemen are going to start to harass these dragons on the bottom hand side. Rovert will back off for now. We're waiting for his reinforcements, and then he's going to swing in again. You don't really want to engage underneath a fort if you can avoid it, but he may choose to just sort of sack his army in favour of just grabbing a worker line. Or even a base if he thinks he can get away with it. The upgrades are a long way off finishing, so probably not going to try and time those out. Just going to pop in, check if there's a 3rd base, which isn't unreasonable on this map, especially at 8 minutes, but not with the amount of gold dragons chew up. The Visixfan actually possibly looking to hit a timing with his armor. So, 1 soldier will go down there. Looks like he does want to try and pick off the 2nd base, but not quite feeling confident enough yet. So he will actually looks like it's going to wait out for the +2/+1 to kick in, and we will then see him possibly try and engage and take out this fort. No, gonna back off for whatever reason, unbeknownst to me. Oh, and of course the infamous getting your units stuck on the weird wood terrain. Right, actually backing off, which is a surprise. I would like to see him try and take on and engage these dragons, but not gonna happen. The +2 armor on these dragons though is gonna be pretty sweet. And looks like Rovert's just gonna play a little bit passively. Just gonna get up to that 3rd base and defend it. He knows the dragon counterattack is on the way. And let's see how it goes down. The dragons are going to step in, but they're immediately deflected. He's going to try and drop in again. This rifleman in the front is going to get picked off, but that's actually a lot of dragons. So Visixfan looks like he's actually going to commit super hard to this. Normally we'd see people transition or add mages, but Visixfan says dragons are OP as he gets another 2. He's going to be going up to 12 here. I actually have no idea who wins in this fight. It's +2/+1 versus +2, so it's basically going to be 1 armor on the rifleman. And with 10 damage base for dragons, that's not going to make a big difference, but we'll see. And in fact, actually, with the +1 attack, it's basically going to be +1 versus +1. Oh, this is going to be a really nice pickup if Visixfan can get a hold of it. Here we go, he's going to swing round, and not great focus fire on the stacked units, but he's going to pick off a few here. There we go, another 2-3 riflemen workers go down. Fourth one, oh no, the fourth one does live. And Visixfan's going to head into the main base. 2 more dragons are going to come round on the right hand side here, but there are riflemen in position to defend. He is actually just going to go straight for the main base, and he's going to try and pick up a few more workers here. Obviously the tower's there to try and do something, but it's not going to do enough. Rovert actually dropping down to 14 workers. Now, there we go, he's trying to get them replaced, but not fast enough. Really nice move there from Visixfan. Rovert breaks apart the wall so he can get into his main base, but it's too late. Visixfan's already flying away. And the next armor upgrade's going to kick in not too long. Surprised he didn't dip in actually to target this mine, but I guess he's going to wait until they stack up a bit again. And with a 5 worker lead, that's going to be pretty nice for him. This is actually a lot of riflemen though. It's a 30 riflemen versus only 12 dragons. So, what? Let's think that's +2/+2 versus +1/+3. So it's basically going to be +1 armor on the rifleman. Yeah. So it's effectively going to be +1 armor rifleman versus 12 dragons, and I don't think Visixfan wants to engage this head on. I know I wouldn't. Rovert may just look for this as an excuse to go all at his opponent. He's down on workers, but he will slowly start to recover that in the background. And here we go. Visixfan's going to lose possibly a few dragons if he isn't careful in the front here. And Rovert's just going to march straight on in. No, he's going to completely ignore what I say, and is going to check out the 3rd base instead. Visixfan still without one, which is possibly a mistake. Rovert obviously haven't been on one for a little while now. But Visixfan has been keeping the gold count equal with all that dragon harassment. But Rovert actually choosing to skip straight past the fort. He's going to take this down. Visixfan choosing to split off half his army to pick up some reinforcements. But here we go. The dragons are going to try and engage, but one by one they get picked off. Really nice focus fire here from Rovert. He's trying to get some damage done on these riflemen, but there's so many here. One more dragon goes down. Another one's being focused fire at the front. That's going to go down. Fourth one goes down. Not the fight Visixfan was looking for here, and that's why people said rifles are counter to mass dragon, because that was brutal. This castle's about to drop down, and Rovert's in the main base. Let's see what he'll target down. He's just stutter stepping inside for the moment. House will be nice actually just to supply block his opponent, if he can. Oh, there actually has enough supply that it doesn't matter. What's he going to go for? He wants to go for dragons, but he'll take workers if you're giving them out for free. He's going to try and deny the tech building, but the +1 armor is going to finish up before that. Oh, no, doesn't quite get it before it finishes. Gonna turn back around and engage these dragons, but one more drops down. Oh, we're gonna see a second one. Focus firing all on one dragon, second dragon drops down, third dragon in quick succession. There's the fourth. Visixfan dropping down to 5 dragons. These riflemen are absolutely tearing it apart. Sixth dragon drops down. There we go. Down to 3, and there's nothing Visixfan can do now. Rovert's gonna take it 2-0. And nice showing from the newcomers today. Very nice indeed. Very happy to see this going on. Always good to see sort of new quality players joining the scene and making a name for themselves. Rovert, I think, doesn't realise his opponent's on 33 supplies, so there's nothing that needs to be targeted down to block that. But one dragon's nest will go down, and is he going to target the second one? No, he's okay. He's just intending to supply block his opponent. But that's not really needed. There are 3 dragons waiting out here, but it's not going to do much. He's actually bringing down a lot of houses though, so he will eventually supply block his opponent. I think he's just looking to do as much damage as humanly possible. The second dragon nest is going to go down, so that's Visixfan's entire investment, all of his army's gone. I think at this point it's going to be GG. The workers are pulled to try and deal with this. They might clear it up, but really that's going to be it. Visixfan dropping down to 9 workers. Rovert actually hasn't been replenishing his, he really should have been. But he's going to go for it. There we go. All the workers of Visixfan die now. He gets in underneath this dragon. There we go. Visixfan says GG. And Rovert takes it 2-0 and will advance to take on Icy in our next set.